Hello, everybody, and welcome to your RISE or Risk Intervention and Safety Education Student Org Leader Training. My name is Jorgen Holgerson, and I am your Program Manager at the RISE office for Peer Education and Outreach. I'm also our Texas Tech University RAD or Rape Aggression Defense Coordinator. So those are the areas that I specialize in, and I will be leading your education training on this today. We're mostly going to be focusing on resources available to you as student leaders, and then also what is available to your members as well. So to give you the most applicable pieces of resources and education that I possibly can, I want to connect you to something that is available at your fingertips all the time, and that is going to be our RISE website. So you can literally Google TTU RISE or Risk Intervention and Safety Education or anything like that, or go to rise.ttu.edu and get directly to our page. Immediately when you open our page, this is what you're going to be met with. This is our homepage, and you're also going to be met with this pop-up button that asks, hey, are you in crisis? This is so that individuals can log into our website, and because we are often a connection for students who are in crisis, they can immediately get connected to those immediate resources. So we always want to talk about the Texas Tech Crisis Helpline at 806-742-5555. This is available 24/7, 365 days a year, with trained licensed mental health professionals on the other end to assist Texas Tech students who may be experiencing suicidal ideations, a mental health crisis, sexual violence, or interpersonal violence. So whether you are on campus or not, maybe you went home for the holidays or the summer or whatever that might look like, you can always call this number if you're a student at Texas Tech. Also, remember that the helpline is also listed on the back of every single student ID. So if you ever forget what it is, where to find it, pull out your student ID, and it is on the back there available to you as well. Okay, so RISE is your one-stop shop for all things student wellness. It is our goal, and we want to empower each and every one of you as Texas Tech students to live your most vital and meaningful life. And we want to do that through prevention education that values holistic well-being. So we do a huge amount of different things. So I'm going to take you through our main services and give you the information as we scroll through this website. What might you hear of when you hear, what might you think of when you hear the words RISE modules are the required training modules that every single student has to complete during their very first semester here at Texas Tech. RISE helps facilitate these modules, and access to these modules is sent out via email approximately a week after the first day of classes, and then will be due on either November 15th for the fall semester or April 15th for spring semesters, depending on when that student started. If these modules are not completed by that deadline of whatever semester that is, then a hold will be placed on your account until those modules are completed. And then at that point, you would have to contact our office to let us know when those modules are completed. So if this sounds like you, check this out. If not, be about your merry way. But if any of your members end up asking about, hey, what's this RISE hold? A large chance is that it is due to these modules. Next, I want to talk about being able to request a RISE presence. This is available for campus and community partners, specifically student orgs. This is important to you all because this is something that you can totally do free of charge at no inconvenience. So all you have to do is find here And if you're curious about what different types of programs that we offer, you can check out our different topics and even see an overview if you're looking for a presentation. So lots of really good information here if you're curious about what topics we have. We do have policies in place that if you are requesting a program, you are required to abide by and acknowledge in the program request form, which I will show you in just a moment, to acknowledge, and then that can be found here at our policy. So to request that program, what types of programs are available? So we have everything from presentations to workshops and presentations, resource tablings, and then host a huge array of events as well. So in the entire 2024 semester, RISE programmed about 300 programs, a little under that, and we met about 20,000 of our students at in-person interactions, which is really exciting. And if you would like to bring us out, please follow this link and it will take you to this form. Fill that out completely, and that is how you go about that. So if we're going back to that, back to that main page and scrolling back down, I want to tell you a little bit about our RISE blog. So we do have a blog available. This is written by students for students, and those students are our peer educators, which I'll talk about them in just a moment. But if you are looking for a different way to gain education or to learn different things from the RISE peer educators without necessarily having to talk to anyone, this is a great place to start along with our social media. We also have substance use and wellness coaching. This can be found here. We have a couple of different types of coaching available. So Rater Restart is going to be one-on-one specialized sessions with a trained facilitator, one of our professional staff members from our department, to discuss and reflect on alcohol and cannabis use. Basics is just for alcohol, and then wellness coaching is going to be based in your overall holistic wellness. That can be shown as an illustration here. And so this wellness coaching is available if you are feeling that maybe there's a dent in your wellness wheel, maybe something just is feeling out of place and you're not quite sure what it is. You can book a session here with your facilitator Q, and it will take you to Calendly where you can schedule with her. So highly recommend checking this out. And if this sounds like a service you could utilize, definitely signing up with Q. Like I mentioned earlier, peer educators are a huge part of what we do here at RISE. So these are a group of students who are paid. If you are interested in any of the things I'm about to say, definitely check this out. Applications are always going to be open in the spring semester for the following fall semester. These students host a variety of different supportive options and drop-in hours. They also assist in hosting and working all of our events and our programs. So these are the individuals that you are going to see with their boots on the ground. They're going to be the ones that you are seeing out and about, who you are have the most likelihood of chatting with and talking to. And the best part is they are students just like you, so they understand exactly what you're going through. If you want to talk to them and receive support from them, I highly recommend checking out our website and finding where our drop-in support hours, which I will show you that page in a minute, but just remember to refer back to that if that's something you want to utilize or encourage your members to utilize. Lastly, on this page, I want us to talk about the Schmoody app. So Schmoody is an app that Texas Tech has partnered with to personalize specifically for Texas Tech. As you can see, their little Schmoody cat has on our masked rider gear, And we have worked to ensure that all TTU students have full premium access to this. There is a code involved. So if you are looking to get that code, definitely reach out to us, and you can even fill out this brief form here that will trigger the system to be able to send you a code if you have a valid TTU email. So highly recommend checking this out. There are tons of tools, and it has endless resources available within it. And if you need to contact someone on campus quickly, if you're struggling or having a difficult time, there are ways to get in contact with resources and individuals who can help you on campus as well directly in the app. We've got some quick links down here that you are more than welcome to check out if those match any of the things you're looking for. So I want to go quickly through what we do. We have talked about those RISE modules. We've talked about wellness coaching and valuing your holistic well-being. So I highly recommend you take these different steps to ensure that your wellness is up to date for yourself and that you are living your most vital, meaningful life. If maybe you're struggling in an area or need a little extra wellness support, check out that wellness coaching like we talked about earlier. If you're looking for monthly programs, maybe you want to ask your members to attend events in awareness for certain things like Sexual Assault Awareness Month or Suicide Prevention Awareness Week or different things like that, you can find those options here or reaching out to us directly. So we do always have a list of our monthly events. As you can see, January is a little scarce, but you are more than welcome to keep an eye out on that, and each month that gets updated. Remember how I mentioned RISE drop-in support hours earlier with our peer eds? Here is exactly where you can find those dates, locations, and times. You'll notice that we try to ensure that we have a morning and an afternoon, closer to the evening time, each at least once a week for each of those times. I mentioned that I am our RAD or Rape Aggression Self Defense Coordinator here for our university. If you're interested in taking a free self defense class, this is the page for you. If you are looking to request a private class specific to your organization, this is also where you can find information about that. We've got frequently asked questions. We are about to post our spring dates, so keep an eye out for that. But we do offer RAD for women, RAD for men, and then something called RAD Adverse Dynamics. And this is a simulation that we set up where you can, after you have taken a full RAD class, then you can come and sign up for this simulation to be able to put those skills and techniques that you had learned into practice in a safe and controlled environment. Like I said, this is totally free for TTU students. And if you are interested in a private class for your organization, fill out this request form and we can get back to you. Here is another option to the links for substance use coaching. Once again, we have information on those presentation and resource tablings, those program requests. If you're looking for passive education materials, goodie bags, things like that, you are welcome to fill out this form here. This is if you're looking to request condoms or menstrual products, or you're looking for maybe some pamphlets on a specific type of education, things like that. That is where you would put that. If you're looking for posters and flyers, we encourage you to check out our downloadable educational poster gallery. We have both 8.5 by 11 sized papers and tabloid 11 by 17 sized posters, and you can download those and print those here as well. So really cool little spot and resource for you, especially if you are in charge of any type of like risk management and things like that. We also offer interviews. These are typically provided by our peer education president. So if you have a class or oftentimes we'll get requests from the Daily Torador, things like that, this is where that would go. So maybe a little less pertinent for you, but just in case that ends up being something that is a resource. Over here in digital outreach, we did talk about the blog already. We talked about the downloadable poster gallery, and I also want to turn your attention to social media as well. We have a very active Instagram account, excuse me, but we're also on Facebook and on X as well. So feel free to follow us. This is one of the best ways to keep up to date with what the RISE department is up to, what the RISE peer eds are up to, and then stay up to date on when our next event is going to be and different things like that. So highly recommend you following us to stay up to date on all that fun stuff. We talked a bit about how we do it, and within that is our peer educators. If you're looking to contact us, here's that link here. And then, of course, you can find any of our team members, whether that be our professional staff team members. Here we have our senior director, our associate director, our program manager of communication and design. We talked a little bit about who Q was. Heather Frazier is our program manager for the student mental health community. So if you're ever looking to get in contact with someone specific, this is a great way to find their email addresses and exactly what they do. Over here, you can learn a bit more about our theory, about what RISE does, how we operate, and what we utilize in order to ensure that we are reaching as many students as we can and providing the best education that we can. We talked about those dimensions of wellness on that wellness wheel. Once again, I've got a little plug to our wellness assessment quiz. And we've talked about our well-being. If you're looking for job opportunities, we have those listed here. And we also have a fairly active RISE volunteer program. And so if you're interested in gaining hours for volunteer service, anything like that, those are also options that we have. Under focus areas and resources, this is where I really want you to draw your attention because we have a ton of different information on different pieces of education that you can find here. A lot of these things we've already talked about, but I do want to point your attention to some areas have different types of resources when you scroll all the way to the bottom, and they're categorized in different region areas. So we've got our Texas Tech resources related to alcohol, and then we've got community resources and national resources. So that is one way to find different resources available. Same thing under these tabs as well. I also want to turn your attention to our feminine hygiene product map and our condom map. So these are places on campus that you can find free condoms and feminine hygiene products. So if you are looking for these items, you can find these in these different locations totally free to you. And then if you come to our office in Drain Hall over here, we have a cabinet right outside our office where you can grab any of the items you need. We've got more extensive items, including lubricant, different types of condoms. We have sometimes we have menstrual cups out there. We also have dental dams, internal condoms, so on and so forth. So those are also options for you. If you're looking for STI testing locations or want to bring awareness to this, here are those options. In our violence prevention, we've talked about most of these items, and then our resources. So here is highlighted where the Drug Free Schools and Community Act contributions for that act and our role in that act. You can find information about that there. Resources for parents and family. If you need to connect to Radar's report very quickly or just need an easy way to find it, you can report an incident also by following that pop-up tab. Whenever you very first log in, will also lead you here if you need. And here is where you can find hazing incident report, student of concern, general student concern conduct, Title IX, so on and so forth. There's also a list of student mental health services available. We know that is often a list that students often are looking for. And then if you're not quite sure, we have them also categorized here in these four main areas of prevention and response, wellness support, academic support, mental health services. And these are all Texas Tech specific if you're needing an even simpler way of finding exactly what you're looking for. If none of those work for you, you are also always welcome to contact us, reach out to us in whatever way is easiest for you, whether that be showing up to our office, a peer ed drop-in hour, DMing us on social media, email, call, whatever that might look like for you. We are here to support in the simplest way possible. Of course, if you're ever in an emergency, we do want you to call 911. And so make sure that as well as other important contacts and resources, are easily accessible to you and your members. But we are really grateful for this opportunity to get to chat with you all, catch you up on our different resources and things that are available to you as not only just student org leaders, but also as students to the university. If you or someone you know is ever experiencing anything that you're just not quite sure who can lend you support and who can connect you to the right individuals to assist you in your time here at Texas Tech, you can always reach out to us. And if we don't have the service or the direct resource for you, we will get you connected and contacted to the people who do and who can support you. We are absolutely here for you for whatever you might need. Always feel free to stop by our programs or pop in to see us. Take care of yourselves and be safe. Be safe out there. All right, friends. Bye and good night.